local leaders have issued proclamations in honor of the centennial of the Armenian Genocide, and we are grateful to them. They include San Francisco Mayor Ed Lee, the San Francisco Board of Supervisors, San Francisco Supervisor Scott Wiener, Lieutenant Governor Gavin Newsom, State Senator Mark Leno, Assemblyman David Chu, the San Mateo County Board of Supervisors, Mayor of Oakland Libby Schaaf, Representative Mike Honda, as well as Santa Clara County and the cities of Fairfax and Santa Rosa. I'd like now to ask Wendy Partridge Crow, the great-granddaughter of missionaries to Turkey in the early 1900s, to please come to the stage and share a personal story.
I'd like to read a short statement that my sister wrote. She couldn't be here tonight. On this day, we honor the loss of 1.5 million Armenians. My great-grandparents, the Reverend Ernest and Winona Partridge, and their sister Mary Graffam were educational missionaries in Turkey in 1915. Humanitarian needs caused Mary Graffam to remain in Turkey to assist Armenians until her death in 1921. Ernest and Winona returned to the U.S., where their humanitarian qualities caused them to spend the next 40 years of their lives dedicated to helping their Armenian friends. All are in our thoughts today. Thank you.
We'll now hear from Representatives Anna Eshoo and Jackie Spear. Representative Anna Eshoo was born in Connecticut of Assyrian and Armenian heritage. She's the proud mother of 2 children, Karen and Paul. As an Armenian and Assyrian American, Representative Eshoo lost family members during the Armenian Genocide and has worked since coming to Congress to achieve official recognition of the Armenian Genocide. She represents California's 18th Congressional District, which includes Silicon Valley. Congresswoman Eshoo is part of the U.S. delegation in Armenia to commemorate the centennial of the Armenian Genocide on this day. Representative Jackie Spear is an Armenian American currently serving in the U.S. House of Representatives. In her time in the California State Legislature, she authored numerous measures of interest to Armenian Americans. She authored the 2005 Armenian Genocide Resolution in California and co-authored a bill which became law to permanently designate April 24th as California Day of Remembrance of the Armenian Genocide. Representative Spear also traveled to Armenia as part of the official delegation to attend Armenian Genocide Centennial commemoration events in Yerevan. That's why they're not here with us tonight, but please, let's watch their videos.
Hello, I'm Congresswoman Anna Eshoo, and I want to thank you for inviting me to be with you. Only having to be in Washington, D.C. for votes keeps me from joining you in person to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the Armenian Genocide. 100 years ago, the world bore witness to the systematic and deliberate annihilation of 1.5 million Armenians and other minorities by the Ottoman Empire. Men, women, and children were killed, shot, beaten, tortured, starved, raped, and death-marched. Amongst them, members of my own family. Why? Because they were Armenians and they were Christians. And despite the overwhelming evidence of this dark chapter in history, the first genocide of the 20th century, the United States Congress has yet to formally recognize it. Despite efforts beginning in 1975 to formally recognize the Armenian Genocide, Congress has yet to acknowledge what took place, undoubtedly, 100 years ago. 42 states in our country have recognized the Armenian Genocide, as well as 11 NATO allies. On Sunday, April 12th, celebrating Mass in St. Peter's Basilica, Pope Francis said, "In the past century, our human family has lived through 3 massive and unprecedented tragedies. The first, which is widely considered the first genocide of the 20th century, struck your own Armenian people. He added, "It is necessary and indeed a duty to recall the centenary of that tragic event, that immense and senseless slaughter whose cruelty your forebears had to endure. Concealing or denying evil is like allowing a wound to keep bleeding without bandaging it." Pope Francis also spoke of the Armenian genocide in connection to barbaric attacks by ISIS on Christians in the Middle East today, with an impassioned reference to, quote, "So many of our defenseless brothers and sisters who, on account of their faith in Christ or their ethnic origin, are publicly and ruthlessly put to death, decapitated, crucified, burned alive, or forced to leave their homeland." I'm proud to have co-sponsored the Armenian Genocide Resolution in every Congress I've served in, to have formal recognition by the government of the United States, and I will not rest until we are successful. Today, on the 100th anniversary of the genocide, we commemorate the 1.5 million people who were taken from us: parents, grandparents, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, and cousins. Each succeeding generation will hold them in their hearts as we do in ours, and we will never forget. May we honor them in every way, and may the United States Congress rise to the occasion by formally recognizing their loss and collectively say, never again.